Hello everyone and welcome back to the Game Emporium where some friends have gathered around the table again to play some Dungeons & Dragons and Eat, Crit and Survive.
Yay!
It's gonna get weird.
I thought you were gonna go, it's gonna be
Wait.
May!
Wait 1
We're
second.
already in May! Oh, don't
Okay.
do it! Oh, Jesus Christ!
Yeah, we're fine. Yeah, good. I should do my
Don't do it, don't do it, don't do
yeah,
it.
be mid-sentence.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird session because it's gonna be a lot of RP and we are hyped up on sugar, it turns out.
Sugar, sugar, sugar.
Hey, I want
Oh,
alcohol.
honey, honey.
I've got nothing.
You've got
Nothing.
you've got new dad energy of
Yeah.
caffeine and lack of sleep.
Water.
Yeah.
And sunburn.
Caffeine? I'm happy that this is a high quality H2O in a glass bottle.
Ooh.
A green glass
Has
bottle.
that not pissed you off anymore? For
Oh,
the,
you actually did sis. I thought you just put tap water in a fancy bottle and just.
No, it's sparkling. That's
Real
breaking
Sparkling,
the
I'm married now.
Oh, right.
Oh.
You got his wife's
No,
income.
when you get married, your standard's supposed to go down.
Oh, I thought you were going to get
New
married, the
band
sparkle
as well.
goes out of your
Yeah.
mouth. Is what I thought you were
Into his
doing.
bottle.
Into his bottle.
What about saving the planet now? An electric fan that drink only out of glass. And then throw it in the generic waste.
That's someone else's
Because since we
problem.
got married,
Smash
we're
over
just
someone's
dripping in swag.
So
We
many
didn't
stuff.
get the swag memo.
We've got a shit ton of dragons just listed upstairs, so yeah.
Our house has got swag.
Yeah, I was going to say, you
Swag
got married
goes.
and now you keep a big gold dragon egg in the living room. And it's like, oh no, we don't have swag, we have modest swag. Mother of
Fantasy
dragons
swag.
over here, yes.
Dragon swag.
Got a
We
dragon.
spend all of our swag on cardboard.
But
Of various sizes.
but people that do want swag, where's a good place to get swag?
You
Lou?
can get swag from
Yay!
Gamesy. Damn it, Dom, you beat me there. Yes, if you want to get yourself some nice swag, like some of the stuff. Sorry.
His
No one
character
takes
dies
my
first.
job.
Well, that's a disadvantage. No. If you want to go to gameto.co.uk/eCritSurvive, you can get yourself a 5% discount on some of the wonderful gaming adjacent gear and goods. So things like art prints, like we've got some lovely ones tucked away in our lounge. Not these ones, these are from
Dom's never
Design.
actually rolled those dice, he just keeps them out for
No.
promotional purposes.
They come out, they get old, and then they go back in the bag to keep the set together.
Because they're so good.
Yeah.
You can get some dice, you can get yourself
So
some.
cute.
You can get yourself some really nice candles. You can get yourself some like nice
Oh my
little
God.
woodwork like Ross has got. Candle corn will
I'm
probably come
gonna
back in the new
get
house.
in the new house. I'm gonna get a specific table that is just a little side table for specifically for candles, and that's how I'm
It's
gonna
gonna,
use
it's
them.
gonna live in the lounge.
No,
gonna
in my
smell
book
terrible.
nook.
Oh, in your book nook.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's going to be Candle Corner finally.
it's just Laura's
In the
corner.
book nook,
We're gonna
have
pre-
like a massive 7-seater table with like a big setup.
Mate, you say that. That's,
I do say
that's
that.
bedroom number
5.
I
What do you do in the bedroom?
I think you,
It's a different setup.
You have to change your name to Lorna, then it can be the Lorna corner.
Right.
I'm trying to convince her to do a series on the channel that's called
Laura
Laura Kana.
Yes.
I think someone's
We're all
actually
thinking it.
already taken it.
Yeah, it's
So take it back.
They just have to be bigger.
Better.
And better.
Stronger.
Faster.
Play a game of Lorcana for it.
Yeah.
go for a challenge.
There we go.
Yes, if you want to go to Game Tea and get some of their cool stuff like t-shirts and other things on there, you can go to gametea.co.uk/eCritSurvive or use the code eCritSurvive at checkout, get yourself 5% off. A little bit of that comes back to us, and we appreciate Game Tea. They got
Buy
some cool
cardboard
stuff.
crack.
I mean, mine is just
Did you say buy
cardboard.
all the crack?
Buy cardboard crack.
I buy a card.
Same thing.
And all the crack.
Crystal math rocks.
Live your best life.
I apologise for these idiots.
Stay in school.
Maybe don't buy
Second
crack.
The Game Emporium
Take
does
that.
not endorse it.
Does not endorse the purchasing of crack.
And this is from us.
Take it on.
But, yeah, take it as long as you get it through legal purposes. However that may be.
And we'd like to say that Game Tea are not associated with the purchase of crack.
I'm sure they'll be very
Oh,
happy.
the fuck.
to
Oh,
do
we
that.
just need to-
Legally, we need to distinguish.
Sorry, game.
No, you're not.
But yeah, I'm sure the candle corner will probably come at some point. Maybe I'll just pre-record Laura just sitting there with the candle, just like,
Yeah.
You're
It
just
should
walking
cut
on
it in.
me
Yeah.
with the in the book nook.
there we
and
go,
I'll
we're
have
just
a
going to cut to
candle
candle
on.
corner now.
It's just live feed.
Wow!
Wow.
I,
What
for
did,
one-
what did you think about that candle you just spoke about?
Oh my god, so much burning, so much flames.
He just cut to me and I'm just sat in a burning room like
In the new house.
It's
I'm
Everything
just going to cut to that
fine.
meme, it just
smells
fine.
great, guys.
In the new house. Anyway.
This was our new house before I started playing with candles. Now we've got some
No,
Notre Dame thing
perfect.
going.
That was the Usher's
Oh
of our
Jesus!
new
No,
house.
we go back to Notre Dame and we
Sanctuary!
as it burns.
I was unaware that it was actually on fire at the time.
Yeah.
I'd have said it more if I'd have known.
You would. We're all going to hell. It's fine. We play D&D.
Might as well commit.
There's no saving myself.
No,
No.
commit to the atrocities.
Yeah.
Are we
Shape
the
examples
baddies?
chaos. Are we the bad
Hans,
guys?
are we the baddies?
Can't we get me one of those coats? There's a reach of a joke, depending on whether people have actually watched the movie.
No.
Where do I save this note?
Notes.
In your OneNote.
In my death note. Yes, people have the reference.
Yeah. You're in the right room for that.
Yeah. I reread the manga of that recently. It's like, oh, it's
No.
so good. It's so good. Yeah, so, what the hell can happen in D&D?
I don't know.
Ross, tell us everything that's happened.
Yes, Ross.
Vampires?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's about
We
covers
do
it.
to the
Yeah.
vampires.
Good job, Ross.
One word. That was it.
Vampires, then
We fought some vampires.
less vampires.
And then there's vampires.
But a non-zero amount of vampires.
Yes.
There's been a questionable amount of vampires.
Now there is a known amount.
No
So-
vampires.
I'm sure Dom's going to narrate it.
I apparently stopped writing halfway through the session because the fight was that intense.
Wow.
One job.
Yeah, we finished the fighting upstairs. We took a short rest and went downstairs into the prison.
Yes.
We found a locked metal door which Grit completely failed to unlock.
Good job, buddy.
Several consecutive ones.
Yes.
Um,
Really needed you.
That was literally that was probably the first time I ever had to unlock a door as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we haven't come across many doors.
Yeah.
No.
Don't worry, I found a way.
yeah, Elijah did some magical tap dancing and made the door come alive.
Oh,
You know I just have knock.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you only have
But
one
you only
spell
have one
slot.
spell
Oh,
slot.
okay.
And we're about to go
I
for a
really
big
thought
fight.
like it might be better used on a cure wounds or something,
Fair.
not.
Opening this door.
I think at that point though he probably would have done it just out of pride or
Annoyance.
something like that.
Just
Yeah.
because.
Just like pretended he'd
Yeah.
pick the lock.
And made a massive,
Massive
amount
noise.
of noise while doing it.
Yes, because me jiving through a revolving door was definitely like
River dancing, not driving. It's very specific.
Yes, I river danced through.
And this we ended up in the classic morgue laboratory with a sinister figure in a black coat.
Classic.
Celestin, who's so cool as usual,
So
threw a daylight stone right into the middle of the room, perfectly aimed, of course, because it's just like
That's so cool. Yeah. So cool.
So cool.
Yes, the figure monologue that is about Elijah didn't seem to care about the daylight, and she summoned some misty minions, but they were bothered by the daylight and turned back into creatures and seemed in pain. One of them seemed to suggest they've got rid of your dad.
Oh.
Oh yeah, Daddy went bye bye.
Yeah, and yeah, then we all had a big fight.
Sure, very upset.
Yeah, big fight. Oh yeah, Elijah hanging onto the door which was flying and rotating, so he was sort of pivoting and firing as he went.
Yep.
Okay.
Totally.
Isaac's things with
Like a
moonbeam. Smokey did work and then hid under a table.
Smokey did great work.
Smokey got very hurt.
Great work.
We all got
Great
through
work.
that.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
We did kind of finish off the vampire, and I thought I maybe saw something going up out through the roof,
No, you didn't.
but I'm not sure.
Drink of the light.
So the party had returned to Sevenhome and had done some exploring and had found that had been overrun and were various nights of attacks of vampires taking part in the city. In order to deal with the problem, they had various conversations with the council and determined through various means that they were being vampires were setting themselves up and basing themselves out of prison. You went to the prison with your dad, who came along, Victor, and he was unable to get into the prison due to
Yeah, yeah.
due to it being a
Invisible
dwelling
barrier.
and not being able to let him in for whatever reason. You went off and delved into the prison whilst sort of sat in daylight. You took a short rest in the foyer that was
Just chilling.
somewhat
Get my
destroyed.
town.
Yeah.
Yeah, just had a little bit of a rest.
Flexing my superiority over the lesser.
Less a vampire, pure vampire. You made your way downstairs, went through some of the prison cells that were familiar to Grit and Cassian. You've been there before.
Yes.
And eventually made your way to the morgue and the laboratory door, which was unable to be picked by any means necessary, so it just had to be enchanted to exist and dance. As you went in, you found Kyril, the keykeeper, who was doing some sort of ritual.
Oh, I thought that was.
That's who that was, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't have recognised him because you didn't know what he looked like in the first place, because it was after your time and after you'd left. But the rest of these guys,
Us on the other hand. Whoops.
yeah, you knew who he was. He spoke of doing his various experimentations and how he had taken himself under the service of Periasmos, who is the evil counterpart of Foss. You had some more conversations as he was just sort of bragging about what he was doing, and he summoned in his minions with the daylight.
Evil bloke.
They did not enjoy the daylight, being vampires, and were destroyed pretty quickly, as well as opening after the end of the fight took place. We managed to open up the caskets where some of the other vampires who'd been defeated were sleeping, and just watched them dissolve into nothingness. After a bit of a arduous battle and involving some charming, you eventually managed to defeat him and left the daylight in the room. Also uncovered a tunnel that came out of the prison and went back towards town, which you two were aware of, but you knew it was the thieves' tunnel, so you were trying to avoid that if you could. And you started to make your way back towards town. So, what are you doing?
Dragging my bloodied body across the dirt. What time is it?
This point, you were going in around dusk. It's
Oh boy, it's
a
night time.
couple of hours later, so yeah, it's like 8. Just after
And we're
the
just
winter
coming
solstice.
out of the prison.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anywhere else in the prison that people could be?
The only real rooms that you've already explored, so there was the upstairs mezzanine floor, the office that had been exploded and burnt.
Yep. Classic.
Confirmed. No one else left in there.
Yeah, there was no one else.
I think we had a
around.
quick look in the secret tunnel and didn't see anyone there.
No. Just checking there's nowhere they can hide anywhere else.
We left the daylight stone in there to cause problems should anyone come in the next however long daylight lasts.
Did
for,
we
like
need
8
to
hours.
leave and follow someone who got turned into dust?
You thought you did.
We thought he did, but we weren't sure.
You
If
were
he
convinced
stayed.
otherwise.
Yeah, I thought I saw something, but
Right.
Elijah wasn't sure. Now I'm not sure either.
Oh, okay.
I was charmed. So I charmed him. There was a lot of charming.
Was I
Very
charmed?
No.
Wait, wouldn't
No,
I
you were
start
just
attacking-
stupid. Just easily convinced.
Persuade. I thought I started attacking people.
Must have been the wind.
I guess we just go. We just leave.
Okay.
Yes.
Up and out.
Back to Sevenhome and a much needed rest.
Okay. You make your way back up out of the.
We check for Victor.
Okay.
Victor, because we don't know, because they said he disappeared, and why would we believe him? So we check for Victor.
You did
I think we did
confirm
that
that.
last time. Yeah, I found some tracks and they suddenly stopped.
Yes.
So either he's
Evaporated or he's just disappeared.
evaporated or some kind of magic
Yeah.
woo stuff.
Interesting.
But you start making your way back. There is no snow falling. It's a pretty clear night tonight, so it is bitterly cold as you make your way through the moonlight.
Very bloody bruised and freezing.
Yeah, shining down on you. But
It's
you walk,
fine. The cold will freeze the blood and it'll stop the wounds bleeding.
you make your way back towards the castle, the church, the temple. The guards looking down over the top of it, just Oh, who goes there?
Who do you bloody think?
The ones that went out to fight the bad guys, and now we're back, and we need a rest.
There's a pause. Can you confirm that you're not, evil? Or going to kill us?
I solemnly swear.
You know, those two
Make a
things are
sarcasm
not
check.
mutually exclusive.
That's why I'm asking for both of them.
Can we do things like sarcasm and sass checks? And
I
just
fail.
like...
I rolled a 2. Whatever stat you would put sass behind.
Charisma, probably.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 5.
Plus your half proficiency, you are about.
Seven. Any more we can have?
Surely bards should get full proficiency in sass.
I don't know how you convince them we're not evil.
I mean, we could just kill you, or you could just say,
Convince you're not evil, we'll kill you.
Make an intimidation check.
Sure.
it's not going to do
I
this.
don't know how to deal with these guys.
Come on.
I know. We could just stay out here.
Find a house.
Oh, it's cold, isn't it?
Yes.
Maybe
Yeah.
not stay out.
It's an
Find a
8.
house.
Fate.
I'm not very charismatic.
You don't look like you could kill us. We could just shoot you.
Tell that to the vampires we just dealt with in the basement. Now go get my father.
Who's your
You
father?
know who my
Do
dad
you
is.
know? The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man. The Muffin Man.
Who lives on Drury Lane? His house burned down 3 weeks ago.
Can you make a wisdom saving throw?
The last bit of power we have left.
15?
No, mine's 16.
Ooh, went up.
Charm person. Yeah, literally went and leveled up.
What is my dad's name?
Wow.
The Muffin Man.
Aaron!
Aaron.
Aaron!
Do fair. It's been a long
It's been a while. I barely remember my own.
Yeah, he's charmed, so just open the
Yeah,
gate.
you just need to say.
Yeah, open the fucking gate.
Make a persuasion check with him, Rob.
I'm worried about what he's going to do now.
Oh, that was pathetic.
Did you shout out your dad's name?
Yeah, I
He said, who's your dad?
It's
22.
Aaron!
22.
your daddy?
Who's your dad?
Oh, wait, Cassian?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, no, wait, no. Oh, okay, yeah, this guy's cool, he's fine. Give me a second. I'll be right down. He disappears down.
Yeah, I'm just like some blood's dripping down my arm. I'm not impressed.
Gates just slowly start to creak open.
Smear some around your mouth.
Smokey just sits on the shoulder. Yeah, he jumps down, the gates swing open a little bit and come
Do you have like a key for the gates?
No, they are like properly like chain and
Winchy.
winch.
Chained.
What could he possibly have on him that's like really important?
Got a spear.
No,
Important.
not to keep him alive. It's really important.
A wedding ring? Or like,
Yeah!
No!
Yeah, I want that.
what? Okay, how are you gonna get it off him?
He's charmed.
Charmed. Doesn't mean he
Ask
immediately
if I can borrow it.
make a persuasion check with advantage. That's how charm works. You get advantage on your charisma checks. It's not like there's not like Gaius where you just do what he says.
19.
19. I mean,
It's really important. It would be great.
yeah, but Keith isn't gonna like it if I lose it.
Oh, it gave me all the information I needed as well.
I grab Elijah by the scruff and throw him through the gate. Bro, we've had enough tonight.
Also, you know Keith. Keith's a good guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yes,
He's solid.
Yeah, I'm doing it more for
Keith
Keith
was a
than
good
anything.
guy.
He's a good.
No.
He's a good miner.
What?
As in, he works in the mine.
Okay.
Good
Good clarification.
Sorry, Eeyore.
E-or. E-I-E-I-O.
There was a
I throw Elijah through the gate.
I was going to ruin one
And then
marriage, it would
hit
be
his
fine.
ass.
What? He was going to leave me outside in the cold.
Move.
I was going to see how he liked being outside in the cold.
You walk your
He's
way
always
through.
on guard, so he's outside the cold.
The gates close behind you, and you sort of make your way through the rather quiet interior courtyard area of the keep. There are tents set up for what seem to be like the soldiers, the people who are on watch, just so that they're ready to, and a few various members of the populace that have not been able to stay inside. Ones who are a bit more hearty are able to live outside in the slightly cooler temperatures rather than live inside the cathedral. But you make your way in, and doors open again. You see a bunch of people, all some sleeping, some sort of quietly having conversations around little.
I was going to say, like, what kind of fanfare is this?
God, you win a
Well,
massive
separate
fight and everyone's just asleep.
Everyone to the fanfare, we need to give them warning.
But you know where your father's staying. Oh God, you're bald.
Oh my god. The truth comes out.
But yeah, you know where your father's sleeping for the night, so you can make your way to his chambers and just knock on the door.
Sorry.
Are you
A
okay?
load of vampires and just juiced about it.
Oh, I'm buzzing.
Normally, once we've had a big fight, we go straight to sleep and we cool off.
We can go straight to sleep. Go to bed. Go to sleep.
No, I've got FOMO.
You want to come see my dad?
Yeah, always.
Someone like my dad.
Just knock on his door. And say, yes.
Did you forget his name again?
Yes, Dad!
Daddy-o.
Papa.
Daddy.
No.
Hi.
I just just poke my head. Just try and not
You're
show him all the
showing
blood. Just really try and
Oh yeah, you want
just
Dripping it.
Fucking Patrick Bateman. I
stick
think.
your head in around the door, and you can see your dad sat at
Here's Cassie.
sat at a desk, just sort of. He's just doing his usual routine. He's sharpening his tools, even though it's completely unnecessary for him to do that in his current role of planning to evacuate the city. He's just, his habit is to sharpen his tools before he goes to bed, and that's what he
Nervous
does.
tick.
Your mum is sat in bed with a cup of tea, just sort of.
just chilling, just vibing.
Just picking some wood shavings out of a brew.
Did you really have to? It's better. I have to poke my.
Cassie, are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Dad turns around and looks at you. What?
Can I have a word?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes. You stay here for this. And comes and joins you outside.
Just sees us all covered in blood.
And she
It's okay. At least
Look,
60% of it isn't
full
us.
Sorry.
solicits full health.
Yeah, you're fine.
Too cool to take damage.
I am.
You were an octopus for a while, so
I don't think I was an octopus. Oh yeah, well I was an octopus in the first fight, not in the second.
Yeah.
Not bad.
looks around at the blood stained, perfectly clean. Blood's damaged.
I think I'm about 50.
Yeah.
You've had some healing and some short resting since, but you're still wounded. Is this to say you've been successful?
We think so.
That doesn't help.
There was no one left in the prison.
When we got done,
We did fight them. We killed a lot.
What did you kill?
Vampires.
My kin.
My fingers are just my fingers.
Spontaneous elimination of any.
It's way more believable when you go, yeah.
It's a new charmed person.
Wayne.
We're going to start a little dance.
Yeah, every time Connor was a charm someone, we all have to do a little dance and he gets advantage.
Just start a little flash mob.
Or Elijah was charmed as
West
well.
Side Story.
Let me tell you about our evening in dance.
Here's the door.
I started off by we entered in a room and I was surrounded by familiar faces. Worn out places.
Worn out faces. Is the door still with us? What happened with the door?
I mean,
it
you
lasts
probably
a
could.
while.
It lasts like an hour, doesn't it?
I think it's like 5 minutes.
I suppose the door wasn't joining in on a fight.
It was.
It was. He was
using
right.
I got
as a
shot a lot when I didn't.
He was riding it.
Like a magic carpet.
An hour.
Yeah, so you probably rode it. You probably just laid it flat and just rode it across the.
It levitates.
The door just pokes his head round the corner.
Also,
and
the
the
door
air is
has
just like
better stats than what we do.
Yeah.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
fight the door,
It was
you'll
a good
lose.
door.
No, it's good.
Well, let's see. There was the group upstairs in the sort of entrance area of the prison, and then there was the group downstairs. So
I feel
downstairs,
like there were some major people that had names, but we've forgotten.
The
downstairs.
guy, the keys guy, the
Sideburn.
Chiral.
key. Yes,
There it is.
him.
Sideburn.
Knew he was dodgy from the
And then
beginning.
there were a fourth creature that came through as smoke, and then we fought them. And then there was the thing that was in the container in the wall that was we disposed of at the end.
A lot.
The big knight.
Thrall and the vampire wizard lady,
Yeah.
who also didn't have a good time.
No.
Super happy fun time.
Got blasted in fire.
And then there would be the woman and the 3 kobolds.
That was the starter of the evening. Yeah.
No, that was
They were
they
downstairs.
were downstairs.
I thought
Because
It was the wizard and thrall that
you
you
killed
came
them for a
across
second time, or you killed them for a second time. It was Celestine's first.
No.
Yes. You never forget your
First time? No. No, not my first time.
No.
Well,
No.
so
You claim.
you killed Chiral. He was the one that was orchestrating this.
Seemed to
A
be.
little bit of a haze.
But they were the one that was monologuing in front of the big
Oh,
altar
yeah.
thing, right?
Conducting a ritual when we got there.
You're doing a
A
lot of talking.
ritual to whom? He looks quite concerned at this.
I've forgotten what the name is.
Someone with better ears than me.
Periesmos.
And Antithos.
Is-
Harry, someone.
The platypus.
Larry the platypus.
Larry the Latterpuss. He just does lats.
Plants.
Fucking very strong back.
He's got an 8-pack back.
Oh, just like Cassian.
Platypus that will
Packs
hold the
everywhere.
The 8 packs of 8 packs.
You never skip back day, bro.
Packs on packs on packs.
Apex.
You have backpacks.
Harry's.
Periesmos.
Playing backpacks.
Periasmus.
Periesmos.
Yeah.
Perry ass.
Pretty ass moss.
Harry Dad.
Harry Arsenal.
Ass.
Harry's ass, boss.
Wasn't that a computer in the 80s?
What
That's
ass was?
MS-DOS.
Yeah, it was Perry's.
It is a really big reach, but I'm glad Tom's here.
Like,
Tom
you're on
secretly
this.
letting his age slip there. But yeah, I had one.
Well played, Dom. You didn't say anything.
Oh, that was too basic for me.
Oh.
Yeah, Linus.
My colleague was talking about the
It's
Commodore 64. That's a throwback.
Anyways,
Becky.
A bit of Spectrum.
if it's a ritual to Periesmos, we probably should speak with Umaref. He would know some more about it potentially.
I don't really think it's that much of a problem. I mean, he didn't finish and he's dead.
The fact that there were people trying to invoke him in the first place is a concern. We might have to discuss with him. Well, did you find any notes or anything whilst you were there, or?
There was a lot of fire.
There was a lot of fire. We might have to rebuild the prison.
No, that's fine. I don't think we're really planning on imprisoning anyone.
We don't
anytime
really
soon.
use it.
Occasionally, if we need people to cool off
Maybe
after a
just
fight,
Downsize. Maybe.
or just build a shed.
Just a large naughty step.
Yeah.
Some stalls.
Just get some stocks out. It'll be
Yeah.
Few
fine.
tomatoes.
Yeah. Classic. Keep
What's
it
a
classic.
tomato?
We've got tomatoes, Dad. That's not a funny joke.
Chicken eggs. Mouldy chicken eggs.
Got chickens.
Dead rats.
So he rubs his forehead. He's a little tired.
He's a little tired.
He's tired, and the weight of this impending move has been weighing on him clearly. But he looks at so.
Getting in the way of a man's whittling.
God damn, that's his private time.
He was just sharpening his tools.
Why was he doing it? Why was he doing it under the duvet?
It wasn't in bed. It was
With his
like
wife.
a desk.
I thought he was just laying down under the duvet, whittling away.
Just sharpening his pencil.
Mrs. Cassian just sitting there.
Cassian.
Mrs. Daddy
Cassian
Cassian.
is my last name as well. Cassian.
Cassian, yeah.
Cassian, son of Cassian.
like Mario.
James Morrison with the Georgie Pre. Anyway.
So,
Man was stopped. Vampires are dead, and he banished my dad before I could kill him.
He's got it, really. We'll cover that later.
you're not the only one who has daddy issues.
No, apparently I have daddy solutions. Which was stolen from me. And a dead brother and a dead sister.
God damn. It's been real hard. Real hard.
It sounds like it's.
He's going through some stuff. It's fine.
It sounds like it's been quite an ideal for all of you.
Oh yes, for everyone.
Yes, we thought we should make a report. We could do with some rest.
We need to sleep.
Go rest. Take the night.
Thanks.
We'll
I'm gonna
discuss it tomorrow.
Find a
Yes.
trough of water and just
Sleep in it.
sleep. Yes.
I'm sure the acolytes could draw you a bath if you really need it.
That'd be great. Thanks.
Kick Kevin's husband.
Get the pencils.
Keith.
Keith.
No, Keith is the husband.
Yeah, I'm gonna kick his husband.
Aye.
Surely one of us must have prestidigitation trained up.
No, I want a bath. I'm going to lie in it for at least an hour.
Why is she lying in bloody water then?
Now I'll make them draw two.
This is the rinsing bath, and then this is the
Is
second.
that a picture of a bath?
The Japanese style. You wash off first, then you get in the bath.
Yes, exactly.
Which is
yes.
bath before you bath.
Yes, pre-bath.
Right, you go and take yourself a evening's rest in whatever form that best suits you. Maybe
Sleep.
a long rest.
Bath, sleeping bath. Towel on my head.
Small
Proper
towel.
like
Cassian
little
is
towel.
dead, drowned after all that fighting. That's how he came to his demise.
I got 8 hit points
He
left.
literally slipped under the water. Gone.
Can't you breathe underwater? Isn't that one of your things?
Oh,
your type of
Yes!
as one of your
I
barbarian.
can swim so fast.
I wish to quietly stew about the kill that was denied from me.
Breathing underwater,
Yes,
just completely.
yes, Ross.
Could you still drown?
I suppose if you
No.
chose to breathe.
Because so when you're breathing, are you breathing water?
Yeah,
Do you act as if you have gills, or do you just not have to breathe?
It's
Yeah.
magic.
Or does it alter your lungs so
This
that
says
your
can
lungs
Yeah.
breathe
Filter it.
underwater.
can
I'm going to say in this particular instance, because it's magic, that
No
Cassian,
science.
Luke, we
needed.
need to know.
I want to
Cassian,
know if you can still drown under the water.
no. I'm going to say no.
The water does not enter.
I suppose it says he can, it doesn't say he must.
Yeah.
If he chooses to.
Yeah.
Breathe underwater.
Just forgets.
Yeah. Well, this is what I say. You could be sleeping and not remember to, because you think when you're awake you're out of the water, then you fall asleep, then you slip
No.
under the water. then
Important
under the water.
question. Does that mean you can snore underwater?
Yeah, there you go.
Guess we're gonna have to find out, guys. I'm going sleeping with the fishes.
If Cassian
Wait.
snores underwater and no one's around us.
Hi, I'm Troy McClure.
Does he make a
It
sound?
doesn't really happen. I don't know. Well,
Is he still fabulous whilst doing it?
Yeah.
Anyway, you are able to take a long rest.
If Cassian bathes in the tub
Mm.
and it washes the vampire blood off of her,
Yeah.
and then he breathes that in, and it filters, does Cassian then have a chance of becoming a vampire?
It's an interesting question.
Just saying.
I don't intend to swallow the bloodied water of my enemies
I don't
for
intend.
shits and gigs.
I don't intend
Not
to
again.
sabotage your character, but yet here we are. Every turn up and ask to fucking walk up a
Take a little
waterfall.
dip.
We'll say Cassian does not turn into a vampire during the purposes of.
My
tried.
immersion is broken.
You tried. My immersion. It's not real anymore.
Mostly because the blood on Cassian is mostly his own.
Yeah,
more than
I
anything
got it
else.
a lot.
You did die a lot. Thankfully, you
If he
survived.
drinks Cassian bathwater, bloody bathwater, does he become more Cassian?
Do I view myself by
Yeah.
drinking
If we
bloody
dump
bath?
the bathwater into the river, do we get vampire fish?
How much could Cassian sell it for on Only Adventurers?
Only ramps.
I did warn you it was going to be
Adventurer
a.
used bathwater.
I did warn it was going to be a weird
With
episode.
vampire essence.
You could do it like a 2-for-1, which is like post-battle bathwater and like pre-battle bathwater.
Eau de Cassian.
Yeah.
I think it was a post-battle selfie.
Pre or post-battle pre-bath water, then post-battle post-bath water.
Yeah.
The before and the after. It's been a while. This is what happens when we move our sessions to like every 2 weeks or more. Chaos
Should have been more.
and bloodshed.
So you've had a long rest.
Yay!
Thank
Which
God.
I've said
Before
like
we
3 times
Yeah,
now.
why didn't you told us already? Oh god, I've been waiting.
That
She wants to get home to your wife and children.
That reduction.
No, that's why we're all here.
That
I think the
reduction.
reaction-
That recovers, so you get back to your maximum.
Yeah.
So aid wears off, you refresh back to your.
sweet hit points.
You regain half your hit dice.
I bet you heal more than what my maximum is.
I'm going from 8 to 120.
You miss Asher, don't you?
So much. There's a reason why every character after Asher I've stacked con. 73.
That's fair.
I mean, Asher was a fun character, so
I've kept a character.
Half dice.
got it framed somewhere.
So 8 goes down. So I've got 4.
Half your hit dice that you have used, half your total hit dice you gain back from this rest. So how many had you used previously?
8.
Then you get 4 back.
So I've used 4. Okay, that's
Yes.
fine. Correct.
Actually, technically you have 5 because you would have gained 1 when you leveled up.
No, I think I did. It's up to 9 now.
Right, but
So
you
I used-
you originally used 8 when
Yeah.
you rested, but when you leveled up you gained an additional 1, so you regained 4, so you'd be on 5.
Oh, okay. So
You're on 5, it's fine.
far
Hmm.
3 used. No, that doesn't add
You-
up.
You have 9 total,
Yeah.
but when you had the long rest, when you had the short rest previously, you used 8. You had 8 of 8.
Mm-hmm.
So when you leveled up to 9, you gained an additional 1 by leveling up. Then when you had this long rest, you regain half your maximum.
Oh, have your maximum.
Yes.
It's very
Which is
simple.
4.
You
Because
add
it's
half
melted
of the
down.
multiple to 2, then you times it by 16.
Hang
And then
on,
on a
that's-
full moon,
That's
that's
not
62.
I'm gonna wait until Arthur gets into GCSE maths and say, "Hey, ask your dad about his D&D maths."
How many do I have? How many have I used?
You've
We've been over this!
You've 75.
Whoa, I'm so
I
strong!
live
You
by a
have
very
used-
strict rule on this. When I short rest, I only ever use half.
Yeah, me too.
And they all come back.
I used
Unless
all
it's
of them.
really
I
bad.
used
Yeah, it has to
all
be
of
pretty
them.
catastrophic.
You have used out of your total 9. You have used 4, so you have 5 remaining.
I've used 4.
Don't worry, I'm sure we won't be in any combats. In about 40 minutes' time, we're going to long rest again. This conversation will be irrelevant.
You're gonna have some
That's
downtime for like 3
very-
months.
Right, so 6
very
weeks pass.
Whoa, look at all these hit dice I have.
1 million years later,
1 million dust.
you come
So
back.
much time later. With the narrator.
Your narrator got bored. They had to hire a new one.
You know, I've never actually watched SpongeBob. I only know that from YouTubers putting
Yes.
it in the videos.
I've resisted the urge to put it in some of mine. Anyway, so
Anywho,
long rest had, you all wake up feeling refreshed, still somewhat battered and bruised,
Ugh.
but you are healthy and
Let me check.
rested.
Still mad.
Don't matter about it.
vibe check.
Just still salty. You wake up to hear the sort of hustle and bustle of people sort of preparing to leave. It seems that the confirmation of what you had said had not filtered down to the populace as of yet. I think the council are presumably waiting for a gathering for you to have a conversation. So you get up and make your way towards the council chamber, where you find Umarith, Aaron, Durg, the Goliath, and Novi sat around with a empty chair that has been left for Kyril.
Look who didn't turn up! I don't say that.
Yeah.
As I walk into the room.
But
No,
Aaron says,
no.
welcome everyone, please come on in. If you'd like to, I briefed the council on what you told me last night, and Umarith had some questions about the ritual that you overheard. Did you understand any of it? Did you know anything about what was going on? And it was definitely for Periasmos.
Perry someone?
Well, that's what they were. That's what they were monologuing about. But apart from that, it seemed to be a fairly standard altar. Slab, candles.
It's very thematic.
Seems to be associated with some kind of magically summoned weaponry as well.
Oh yeah, wasn't there a shield?
A sword and a shield.
Magic sword and
But,
shield.
but that seemed to just be more
Oh.
a defence thing because it was attacking us. Could have had other
Only
purposes.
if we went near it. It didn't move.
Can I roll for it? Because I can't remember.
You can roll a history check just to see how well you were paying attention.
Thank you. Damn it. 5.
All mumbo jumbo.
Oh,
so you
I
have
was
no
not
idea.
paying attention, guys.
I will say the ones with an intelligence that is above average.
Better than mine.
What about exactly average?
In terms of character, Cassian's got literally average intelligence.
That's why the ladies like me.
0.
Men like you more.
I am technically above average.
Yeah, I would say. All right, you 4. I would say your intelligence is.
Hang on, isn't Smokey intelligent?
Yeah, but he also can't speak to.
Smokey's actually only a
Ross,
plus.
wanna flip
He's
the
only a 12. He's a 12.
He's just
okay.
intelligent.
Average
He's
means
very
I consider an
little.
average
What
roll.
did you roll?
I'm
No.
rolled a 10, so that gives me
Flip a
12.
coin, get 12.
12. Great. Do you want
Just straight intelligence.
Uh-huh.
Or
It's well history. Yeah.
I will contribute
We'll have up to proficiency in that for some reason.
Oh yeah.
20.
Really,
Okay.
the man that wasn't here remembers it all.
17, okay. So the role is not necessarily to remember what was said, but to more have an understanding of it and connect it with elements of law. So what he said was that he prayed unto Periasmos, and his offering was accepted. It granted him eternal life in service to him. And in doing so, it had sunk in his skin. It had made him a bit more. Made him look a little bit desiccated, like he'd been turned into a corpse. He's been sunken. He'd been doing experimentations on the world. What? Done to my screen.
No, our Wi-Fi password was there.
Oh, I see.
Someone's going to zoom in. Check it out.
But yeah, he had wanted to take on the powers that you held within your body and they're transferred somehow to other creatures, and wanted to try and enslave them out in experimentation. And it's only been on test subjects that had dissolved away and disappeared.
He tried to be a better version of me, but he stumbled because there isn't one.
Burn.
So that's the short version of it. In your understanding and your theological understanding is that Periasmos is the antithesis of everything that Phos stands for. So he's a life, trickery, commerce, nature, God. Whereas Periasmos is the sort of
Death.
leading. Well, it's not so much death as he is more of a where
Not life.
chaos more than anything else. So Phos kind of, although he leads for trickery and like pranks and that sort of like deceptions and that sort of thing through bartering and conversations and that sort of stuff, Periasmos leans more towards chaos and destruction through deceit and leading people on and that sort of thing.
Just not a very nice bloke.
Bit of a sour one.
But he's charismatic about it. He's not a He's not a tyrant. He's not a tyrant or a
He's
dictator.
got rid of my dad. I don't like it.
Yeah, he's not a tyrant or a dictator. He is a charismatic. He does it through persuasion techniques more than anything else. Making you believe that it's better to go this way.
Cult leader.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No, let's not be brash.
These are all white ones.
Wow.
Cult leader.
Umar says,
His opinion you've got.
Yeah.
well, it seems rather fortuitous that you were able to stop him then. We will send some of the acolytes to go and investigate his remains, leavings.
There's a pile of ash somewhere.
In amongst all the other ash.
We'll study his notes then. We'll see what they
There's
can
a pile
come
of
up with.
ash.
It's all ash.
There's a lot of fire
It's
used.
probably still on fire.
There might be something left.
We'll send them to have a look regardless. But by the sounds of it, we do not need to move the populace out of Sevenhome. Excuse me. And we can remain here in worship of the Seven.
Yes. I think
Yeah,
it's
good.
safe enough.
That's what you want to do. Yeah.
Why you believe that's not what we should do?
Plenty of other things you can do now. No fear. Do we want? Be free.
Yes, well, we perhaps don't need to be quite so insular. We can reach out to our newfound town and
Yes. Correct.
Fossfinger.
Our newfound town. Newfound town.
Episode 3. A newfound town.
I mean, we probably need to check that there was no like vampires hidden away somewhere. We don't know if it was really all of them, but we probably got the main guy, which hopefully would mean that they all are just scared to. Would you guys? We're in a serious meeting.
Thanks, Mum.
I just suddenly realised we could Beyblade while you were
Ignore these guys. Ignore these guys. They've had a long night. This is just how they recharge. We probably need to do a sweep of the town. Probably need to do a sweep of the town. Make sure there's no one hiding. However, we think the main threat has gone. We think. Their leader has gone. If any vampires wish to stay, then they do so very stupidly.
Aaron says,
I resent that gone.
So you should.
Aaron says, so we should, patrol out then to...
Probably don't let everyone know just yet. It's probably best to be safe, keep people in.
Well, the plan was we were going to leave and head north, but it sounds like that's not necessary.
Stay. I think
I would agree.
it'd be okay for stay, but it's not too bad to be cautious. You can tell people what's happened, but make them wary that just because some things are dead does not mean all is dead.
Out of interest, why were you going to go north?
We've had messages back from Newfound Town saying that it was relatively safe, warmer.
Isn't it?
We're in the southern hemisphere of this world.
Oh, yeah.
It was going on the coast. It was
Warm
quite
is
nice,
up.
I think, or nicer.
Warm is
We were
up.
there.
Cold is down.
They've done some planting and they've been able to
Thanks,
get
guys,
some
yeah.
crops in the ground at least to get them through winter. And heading that way, we could have gone through the underground tunnel that you found initially that's led up from the keep and went up that way, Durandesh's keep, and then you could have gone from there upwards in the underground. It would have saved us a fraction of the time rather than trying to trek across to another unknown civilization, which, to be fair, until you came back, we didn't know existed.
You're welcome.
Well, we did know that, we didn't know much of it,
Really trying to bring the thing
I'm
together.
really trying.
but it seemed like the safest option was the more established settlement. It was warmer, it was more daylight to protect us from these things, but it seems like it's unnecessary now.
I don't think there's any need to ship everybody north. If people still want to go north, that's absolutely fine, but I think you'll find most people will probably want to stay.
We all wanted to stay. It was out of necessity. We thought we were going to get overrun here.
And I think we'll be okay.
Yes.
I still want to patrol tonight. Make sure everywhere's covered.
I was going to say, I'm happy to go back to the prison. We can actually maybe actually do
Look
some
at things.
investigation.
Yeah. We can walk you through it, and it'll be like you were just there in the middle of the battle of it all. We'll reenact it. I'll look glorious with my axe. I've even probably got some blood over there that I can smear on my face.
We can get
probably
the bath
would
water.
you.
Get the bath water.
Yeah, she
Sucked.
What?
It
It
sucked.
did suck. At least you guys won't be hurt.
We'll get some together. Dirk, can you arrange some of your troops to? Sure, no problem. We can get some people together.
Speaking of being cautious, I'm still not 100% sure on what happened at the end of the fight. I've had an idea for some magical way of trying to get a bit more information. And I think it would help if I had something of Kirian's or a picture if anyone's... If he left anything behind, if anyone's an artist and can draw a picture.
Well, he had a lot of keys.
Wait, what are you looking for?
Some of Kirill's?
You want
Some of
you want a
Kirill's?
picture of him, or
Some that belong
Some
to
of their belongings.
Where's his room?
we know? Well, I mean, his house is.
Where's his house?
What was it that I noticed? Oh, he just had smooth hands or something like that?
It was the hands, and it was a signet ring that he had on his
yeah.
hand. That was something that you were familiar with.
Could I
That
draw the
might be.
ring?
That might not be in the ashes.
I'll check his house. That's
Okay.
We can go to his house. And
I'll just quickly describe the ring just so you've got a thing to look out for.
Yeah. Okay.
It's round. You can look at your finger.
It's on Keith's husband!
Could go on 2 fingers. No.
How many holes does a ring have?
2.
Does it?
one.
How many holes does a
Sure.
straw have?
I mean, it's basically the same question, but much.
One.
Well, would you say a tunnel only has?
Yeah.
One hole or 2 holes?
Yeah.
It's got one hole but 2 entrances.
2 holes.
That's what she says.
The use of the word hole is erroneous.
Topologically, it's one hole.
We're just giant donuts.
Anyway, carry on. Yes, carry on.
We are donuts.
We're just giant
Just asking a
donuts.
hard-hitting
So
question.
you're-
If spinner.
Your diet's not going well, then.
I am mostly donut.
I wish I was making donut. Delicious. Homer up in that
Don't
Halloween
eat
special.
yours. Oh, those. I'm
Horrible.
not joking. Simpsons Halloween specials actually gave me nightmares when I was a kid. I couldn't watch it. No, I couldn't watch them. They were really creepy.
After the wedding, I was about 6% lemon cake.
It was good.
And I've
Lemon
never been happier.
Alright, so plans are drawn up then for groups of you to go off and investigate. So there's going to be a group going to Carol's house, there's going to be a group going to the to the prison to go and check that out.
Correct.
I will accompany the acolytes to the prison.
Prison.
Same.
Prison.
I will go to Carol's house.
House.
House, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
So we'll start with you guys going to the house first. So you head to where Carol's house is. It's not difficult to get in. People they haven't got keys necessarily, but they have got like the tools that they use to make the locks, so it's fairly straightforward for them to get in. I think you did. You get into the house. The house itself seems like a fairly modest bachelor's accommodation,
Oh
effectively.
damn! It's
It's
got a
not
hot tub.
As
Why is
in,
this bed, friend?
With a
got a mirror
mirror.
on the ceiling. As in, it is a single man's dwelling. It is just a
Yeah, exactly.
a simple stove.
The bed
Why
spins.
are there all these stiff socks everywhere?
Why do I do this? Why?
Never mind, I'm thinking of the flats from Rising Damp because I really am old.
We're
Were you
just thinking.
thinking about work that they've got right?
We're just thinking of Austin Powers.
Yeah.
Groovy, baby. Anyway, you head in and start having a look around. Downstairs is just a sort of straightforward kitchen, living area with a burnt out fireplace that hasn't been cleaned out for a couple of days. It doesn't look like anyone's been here for a couple of weeks, which makes sense because a lot of the town has been evacuated and has moved out. So both of you make investigation checks.
It doesn't, because he was the reason why it was being evacuated. His house would have been fine.
Okay, I'm investigating and I'm particularly looking for any personal grooming stuff.
Okay.
Anything that might be.
Interesting.
You find a manscaper. Just
Yeah.
That would do the job quite
Bit of
nicely.
sponsorship going.
And a loafer.
I get an 11.
I've got an 18.
okay.
I got a potato.
I got a rack. So between the two of you, you're looking around, you find some clothing, some grooming, comb and such that you're able to get what you need from it.
I'm hoping for a bit of hair.
That's white hair. Other people are looking through it, you sort of scroll through drawers, pull out notebooks and such. There isn't too much. You do notice a symbol that has been drawn of a downward pointing sword with a gauntleted hand grasped onto it that's been drawn into the back of one of his books.
Ooh. I will point that out to the acolytes and other people present here.
One of them said that is the symbol of Veriasmos.
Does it look like the sword that was attacking us at the prison?
It does, by design. It does look like it's a very straightforward, broadsword kind of.
Yeah, that's similar to the magical weapon that was attacking us in the fight as well.
So was it a gauntleted hand holding a sword by the hilt?
Yes.
Right, and it's pointing down.
Yes, just holding. But it's sort of it's kind of like the hand of the king sign from Game of Thrones, where it's holding it that way. Rather than actually grasping the hilt, it's just like the hands around it, and then the sword is extending down from it. So you've got the crossguard just coming out based on the fingertips. It's not a way you would actually be able to hold it, kind of like that.
Yeah.
It's not how you would hold a sword, but
Not if you wanted to use it properly.
no.
Just went to steps.
The notes within the notebook have been written in a language that neither of you understand, so the acolytes take it and they take it back with them so they can translate it.
I can't remember what that
Wasn't
was.
it written in Druidic, Loxodon or Sylvan?
No, funny
I'm
enough.
shocked.
Hey, we both know Druidic.
On my land.
That's not surprising, is it?
Both being druids.
If you ever want to discuss something about involving the rest of the idiots.
in druid. But it's not written in common.
It's not in
languages earlier in the
Giant or Sylvan or Draconic.
No.
Or telepathy.
It's not, oddly, it's not written in telepathy.
How does one
It's not like a video diary where you just push a button and it just starts speaking at you.
Dear diary, today chosen violence.
Signed the Gossip Girls.
XOXO.
What are you wanting to do with the hair now you have it?
Scrying.
Ah, you can do that now.
Provided I can find a suitable focus. And I'm thinking there's probably a water-filled font in the temple somewhere that I can use.
Yeah, there probably is. You can go, certainly go and find some sort of water, or a water bed, like a water butt.
Yeah, I'll do. But
It's a bachelor's butt.
Really?
Just cut the waterbed open.
it has to be worth at least 1,000
Full
GP,
of
so
bodies.
not just any bit of water. So
Full of bodies.
crystal ball, fancy mirror, or water-filled
Unfortunately,
font.
GPs don't exist, so
Yeah.
this spell is impossible.
You,
Maybe you should get more doctors.
conversing with Novi, you're able to find something that you think might be suitable to work for this exact purpose.
Solid platinum. I think it could be worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay, so you're going to scry.
Yeah, so I'm going to see if I can track down, get any information on what happened to carry on through some magical means.
Okay, and it's a saving. If it's a target, you make a saving throw, correct?
Yes, wisdom of my wisdom's 17. Sorry, the target is 17, but they've got a minus 10 because I've met them firsthand and I've got a bit of their body.
Okay. As you cast the spell, you stare into the crystal ball and you look through the mist that's all swirling around there. And it starts to shift into a dark opal. And that's all you see. There's just a black stone. The way it's positioned, you could possibly make a guess that it's sat in a position, but you can't really see the surrounding area, having not been wherever this thing is.
Well, that's interesting. I've tried to track them down magically, but all I'm getting is a stone somewhere dark. Not very helpful.
Alright. You ponder that one.
Yeah, so out of character, I've got an idea what it is, but I don't think I know it. I know it in character.
The rest of you,
Yay!
you make your way towards the prison.
Smarty pants. That's us. With the smarty pants.
Smarter than the average bear.
Bear.
So you make your way down to the prison and start exploring through the records. So, make investigation checks.
Yay!
I inspire my two compadres.
Oh,
Okay.
Compadre. What does that mean again?
I could cast
Add a
guidance.
D.
I took guidance
No.
because I got an extra cantrip.
It wouldn't have, I don't think it would have helped in that situation because
For
they
an
were making a
investigation
same.
check.
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah.
That was a
Oh.
5. No.
We got what we needed.
Investigation. Oh, that's 13.
It's still a D6 for you, isn't it?
I think so.
Yes, that's what.
Level 5? No, level 6. Bard.
I'll use Flash of Genius to get a +5
Oh,
to the
D8.
roll.
Oh, it's a D8. Laura, re-roll your. It's a D8 rather than
Ah!
So if you give it to me, so there's a D8 on top of it.
Point
Line
one.
for us.
Oh, can I keep
Yeah.
the D6?
They're all pointing. They all have a coin in the
That was
corner.
11.
So 23 on the dice.
+10. Oh, yes.
I added the 5 from your
Oh,
Flash
okay.
of Genius.
Then 5 for my modifier.
So
28.
28.
28.
Okay.
Just hold that for. Because you get a thing, don't you, for mine?
Oh, yes, we're doing it for an ability check.
You can roll,
Roll
it
it
again.
twice.
Yeah.
Take the better number. Laura, you may re-roll your 8.
You already got an 8, Ross.
Oh, right. If it's lower than.
Yay!
Oh, if it's. I'm with you.
So 13 plus.
4.
Really good, plus 4.
Yeah, my investigation, because I'm.
No, you're proficient.
Yeah!
Alright.
Got to make up for that intelligence somewhere.
Or lack thereof.
That's what I meant.
Yeah. Alright. So,
I got a 4.
you exist. You were there. Between the two of you, you are able to find some of the remnants of what looks to be some religious text that he has been reading from and trying to cast some sort of spell with your
Is it
arcane.
in common?
No. With your arcane knowledge, you are able to recognise it as being some sort of arcane sigils and glyphs. Particularly with your having picked up the spell book at previous points, you're kind of able to understand that a little bit better. What it means, you have absolutely no idea, but you're able to sort of. There's some pages missing, seemingly some fire damage that has happened to some of the pages. The daylight has gone in here. It's still dark, but you are able to go down and still have a look around with torches and such. There are all sorts of weird
Oh no.
offerings that seem to have been placed upon the altar. So a gnarled, desiccated hand, some blood vials that have been poured into a dish, there's a pair of fangs that have been placed into the dish itself.
Defanged one of their own.
Sacrificed one of their own.
It's not pleasant offerings, but it seems that they have been used as part of this. But these sorts of things make all sorts of strange arcane hosts. You'll also find a cache of notes that is held underneath his desk. So in the one corner of the room has the altar. Then to the left of that, in the other corner, there's a desk, and you find underneath that there is basically a cache of notes, which are basically detailing quite spectacularly his experimentation into the experiments that he's been doing with the vampires.
And Smokey didn't burn these while he was hiding under that desk.
No, because he didn't look up and breathe.
Oh look, paper!
That looks important.
Bah!
It was taken for safekeeping. Ah, shit.
The actual notebook itself was bound and magically locked. But you have a knock spell.
I
so
do
you
have
are-
a knock spell. Get everyone.
You are able to suppress
Let me
it.
just pick this lock. Boom!
Once everyone
Oh, it's okay,
gets
Wiggles.
this ringing and stopping it
It's
there.
okay.
But
We're
with,
taking the chance to make a loud noise because you can't do it at home anymore.
Actually, she sleeps quite well, doesn't she? Loud noises.
Yeah, she does actually.
Yeah.
Danny,
Yes.
you
No, not
yeah.
me.
So
The
with,
cat.
with your knowledge and you're able to read through this, you actually read through. Basically, there is a ledger of everyone who's been used in these experiments,
Oh no,
Oh.
I don't want to read this.
and two of the names very early on
Oh,
catch your attention. In fact,
Yeah.
sort of maybe what with the dates reading up is maybe about 3 months after they had started, and about a week before you left Sevenhome, you find the names of your two friends that came along with you and what had happened to them
Oh God, no.
and how it had happened, which I will not describe because it's gory and Laura doesn't like it.
No.
But
Neither does Cassia.
that does
Does he not
fi-
like gore?
finalise
It's
the
more he
absolute
didn't want to hear what
evidence
happened to his friends.
Yes.
that a certain party member was not involved in this.
Correct.
Absolute certainty on that.
Yeah, there
He
is
scanned the
Is
book
it a-
multiple
Just
times.
to be sure.
the way
Indication.
the way that
I
it's
won't
described-
say it out loud.
No, the way it's been described is that the blood had been drawn from the initial test subjects,
Hi there.
the brothers, which had been they had not been named specifically, but they had been noted as the brothers of the Dark Woods,
He who shall not be
of the Black Woods. Sorry,
named.
their blood had been drawn and it had been distilled. It had been spun and utilised in different concentrations to try and contaminate.
Has he got a centrifuge?
If you spin anything fast enough, it will.
Well, he has got his magic.
Magic
Separation of liquids.
way better than science.
If you spin bloody bathwater quickly enough, does it
Does it
separate?
separate?
It would.
Yes, it would.
Yeah.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, it would.
Yeah, I'm just asking the question.
It would separate into like multiple, depending on how fast you spun it. It would separate into
In-game.
the different levels. Yeah.
In
Well,
game.
that time the answer wasn't magic, so there is a limitation in this and evidence.
Oh no,
for-
he did it with magic, but I'm just explaining that with normal physics it would happen. So, so you would say read that the blood had been taken from the initial source and had been utilised to create these experiments and had been done in different concentration. And one of those experiments had broken loose and had eviscerated your compatriots. The experiment had not been terminated, as it turned out. That one had been allowed to roam for a short while, and then it had it starved itself and imploded, running out in a frenzy into the daylight, and had just poofed into smoke.
Ew.
That blood on the altar, vials.
Mhm.
That like his final project.
Make a. This will be a intelligence check with advantage for you because it is, well, blood, and that is sorcery.
This is your
I can give you
thing.
flash of genius if I see you do this. Check.
Probably not. I would say 2 is in your own research.
19.
19.
Like literally as high as I can get.
Oh, you got a -1 in intelligence.
I have a 0, so
You
it's,
could have got a 20,
I could have. If I could have self-inspired.
and plus a half proficiency. Is that
Oh,
not
there you go
enough?
then. No, so then.
What was on?
21.
Was it just on the die? Was it?
Yeah, I rolled a 19. Yeah.
Okay.
21.
So 21. So with a bit of investigation into it, you sort of sniff the blood, and there is a subtle, richer iron content to it,
Cherry blossom and
which
peaches.
seems to suggest to you that it is not pure human, at least not as you recognise it. So it probably is contaminated and possibly is one of his final experiments.
Because he was trying to be like better than me.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the start of your villain arc, Connor.
That's that like episode
Episode
2.
two.
Yeah.
This is like
Okay, this is not the finale of your villain arc.
Oh no, far from.
My villain academia.
Yes.
Yeah, let's keep this.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check to squirrel it away without people noticing. What's your passive perception, Britain?
Squirrels.
Are you about to ask? So I'm looking up now.
18.
18.
Why?
Oh shit! Yeah, no.
A 10.
I'm too busy
10. Alright.
squeamishing. I'm
I don't think that's a verb.
squeamishing.
You managed to slip the vowels
It's
away.
this
There are
vowel.
2 of them.
Two stupid
I instantly go back over to the altar and go, hey, where are these vials that I saw, right?
Must have been the wind.
You didn't see any vials. This isn't the bloody I'm looking for.
But yes, with
Very
the
well.
with the various conversations, the discussions and the reviews that you had, you've got all this information. So what are you doing with it, if anything?
Who came with us?
Yeah,
apart
did
from
some of
us?
the...
It's the 3 of you.
Acolytes came with us.
A couple of acolytes came with you to document and keep track of things.
What do they say?
They are mostly just writing things down. They're going to bring it back to Umarth because not much has been done in the study of Periasmos in comparison. They've got the stories of what happened in the before times, in the first generation, but they do not. It's not necessarily their area of focus. They are, if anything, they are more readers of Foss, so they're more in tune with his opposite.
The arcane writing that I know is arcane, but I don't know what it says. Would you? How much of that is there? A page? A couple of pages?
There's several pages, but some of them are burnt and.
Is it possible to transcribe?
Yeah, you can do. I mean, it would take you a little bit of time to do so, and they
Yeah.
will be watching you whilst you
That's
do it.
fine,
But
yeah.
yes, you are able to transcribe.
Because then they can have it, and then I can take a
You've got a
separate piece that I
copy,
might be able
yes.
to then figure
Yeah,
out.
you are able to write. So yes, you are able
Excellent.
to. Even if it's a case of just putting it under, then just put a piece of paper over the top and just trace it. You are able to transcribe it.
Cool.
Make a wisdom save.
Wizard.
I'm joking.
You're a wizard, you're good at copying stuff now.
Yeah.
Normally it costs me money though. But
Yeah.
there's no money in this world.
Any discussions you wish to have right now? Are you going to reassemble later? And
I think really some. I mean,
There's nothing here.
we found. Yeah, I mean,
He's dead.
A few
Very-
bits we found.
yeah.
That's it, really. There's some evidence, I guess. Are we sure we've killed all the vampires? No hidden doors. No
Apart from
Terrace
that,
massive.
no.
apart from that one that leads to the.
for your sake, Ross, there are coffins up against the wall which have been opened, and there are morgue drawers that had also been opened, as well as a stone that is in the middle of the room that is completely out of place.
Yeah.
But which you put there because that's the daylight rock that you put in place
Gotcha.
for these sorts of things, in case any of the vampires came back.
Yeah. Okay. If we're confident that we've
I think so.
cleared the building out. That's
My need to protect them.
Mm-hmm.
Has that vanished?
No.
Oh.
Then yeah, that's it.
yeah.
I feel like we should just burn this place to the ground. Bury it.
I mean, yeah, a little bit.
What
What
a complete
happened
waste
here?
of resources.
What happened here should never be remembered.
If you forget it, you're doomed to repeat it.
Okay, I'll stick a stone here that says no more vampires. Ever.
I resent that remark. You've done that twice today.
No more.
We're gonna have a fight.
Do you all lose?
Oh, it depends how far away I want it starts.
It's time to do.
Yeah.
I know I should have took repelling blast. No, 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 no.
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 Batman.
Go back.
Yeah. Mhm. I think we're done here.
Okay.
Never coming back. No.
You leave the acolytes to do their last bits of research, taking the notes that you have with you, and return back to the keep, meeting up with the rest of your party. So the day is yours. People are bustling around. They seem to be a little bit more relaxed. There's still a little bit of tension in the air. People seem to be still going back to their, going to their homes. They're not necessarily looking like they're about to leave. Some are even taking stuff back out of the chapel, back to their homes. But people are just sort of milling about doing day-to-day village life.
How did your investigations at the prison go?
More of the same.
Yeah. There was some stuff on an altar. There was a book with notes of all the experiments. There was some burnt out paper with some arcane writing on it.
Yes, we found some notebooks as well, including one with the symbol of Periasmos in it. But apart from that, not too much. I did try my idea for magically spying on Kirion. I'm not quite sure if it worked or not. I just saw a dark stone somewhere. I don't know what that means.
A small stone or a big stone?
I think it was a biggish stone, wasn't it?
From your perspective, it took up the entirety of the space, but that you couldn't see anything else around it. So it's a difficult thing to take straight. Like if you're looking at a picture of just like
A concept, yeah.
a stone, there's no reference point
Was
for you
like-
to look at.
Was it like a rock? Or like a
Pebble.
or a pebble? Or was it look like it had been
Did it
smoothed or
look like the
worked
stone
on,
that was
or-
daylighted?
Is this your stone?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
The scrying viewpoint appears within 10 feet, so I probably saw
Oh,
had,
okay.
had an idea of its relative size.
Yeah, it was probably yay big. The size of a car bag more than anything else.
Okay.
Size of a large egg.
Okay.
That's probably a better description, yeah.
That's
Like a
quite
goose egg
large
or a
For an
duck.
ostrich, opal, dragon.
Okay.
Do you know what would happen if you scried on someone who was dead?
That was going to be my next question.
No, it's the idea for that spell just came to me in my sleep. It's the first
I
time I've
see.
used it.
Maybe we should try. You should try scrying on someone you
No.
know is dead.
Yes, agreed.
Ooh.
I could maybe try that, I think, tomorrow.
And
I'm
you
not sure.
were trying to scry on him, but the pebbles showed up.
Yes.
Or if you scry on the pebble, would he turn up?
I don't know. Again, I could try tomorrow.
Well, I presumably the day after if we're trying it.
Yes,
Once a day?
it's new magic. I think I can only manage it once a day.
Okay. Okay.
Got a bit of a refractory period, you know.
Well, I'm going back to,
Bed.
no, I think there might be a house or something on show, really.
Where?
There'll just be some houses laying around with all the dead people.
Jesus.
A bit nice, they're just going back to one
I mean-
singular room.
Elijah's real estate.
Yeah, it was just continuing our real
You
estate.
could just come back to my house. You can stay with me if you like.
I'll take that offer.
That's so cool of you.
So cool. Such a
You
nice
have your own
guy.
house?
God, let us use his house.
I'm pretty sure most of you probably have your own houses.
Pod had a house.
You
Never,
probably
never
have.
thought about
Pod
it.
had a
No.
house, but I can't remember if it was here
I still
or
live with my
You've
parents.
always been a murder hobo.
Newfound Town where
Live in amongst
We
the
got-
stones.
Hey, I was a non-murder hobo.
I
Yeah,
wish
still
to
live with
disappear
my
back to the
parents.
prison.
Okay.
Oh, we all
Are you
split our
stealthing
ways.
or?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're
makes
going to
sense,
look at real estate.
Okay, so the rest of you, you're going back to look at houses, or are you just going to go, what?
Oh,
No!
no.
We're going back to
We're
look
going
at
to
stuff.
say.
Alright, you'll have a go
Son
go
of
look at
Stun's
stuff.
party
It's going to be
house.
so cool.
So cool. So cool.
Probably got like a penthouse.
You're going to be severely disappointed.
Yeah.
Ah, so cool.
Alright, so make a stealth check to
This guy's so
sneak
humble.
away.
By the
from-
way, our passive perceptions are much better.
Yeah, I know.
Tank.
I know.
21.
Damn.
Are they that much better?
No.
No.
In your face!
18.
You stealth
18.
away.
Yeah.
God, that's a lot higher than what they were.
You stealth.
Although if you fart, I have advantage on spelling.
So you get a +5.
I'll bear that in mind.
Alright. So
Flatulence is
we'll
bad.
come to the larger group for the sake of this first. So you make your way back to Celastan's house, which is a straightforward little cottage, thatch roof, as most of the buildings are in this place, made of wood.
There's a lean-to with my workshop
Yep.
on the side.
Oh.
With like furnace and tools and
The windows are immaculate. They all look pretty fantastic, as you would expect. A couple of them have got A couple of them have got some like different coloured glass, just sort of mixed into the patterns.
So cool.
You unlock the door, make your way in. What does your house look like?
Pretty utilitarian.
Yeah.
No, minimalist.
Minimalist. So cool.
Is it like modern minimalist there?
I don't know what that means.
Why?
So, I was showing photos of puppies, so I was showing photos of a baby, and I was sort of,
I'll
There's,
see the puppies later.
Yes.
haven't seen
I said
the.
puppy, baby.
Haven't been in the house for a few days, so it's a bit musty.
A little bit
There's
dusty, yeah.
probably some crockery not washed up.
Yeah.
But
It's cheap
most
washing
there's not a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not really into stuff.
Single. There's not even a chair. It's a futon,
Mm.
So cool.
effectively. There's maybe. I guess you're a dragon boss. You're probably like less worried about the soft comforts of things. Like a
Not so much.
pretty straightforward hay mattress in the upstairs area, and then just almost like a tatami mat that you sit on. You're just quite happy to sit and eat out of a carved bowl.
There is a large skylight built into the roof.
Yes.
Nice.
So cool.
So you can just
You recognise this. You helped build the skylight on this.
You made the frame.
You made the frame.
Oh man, that held up quite well.
Yes, it's good workmanship. Thank you.
No worries.
Yeah, you two have worked together quite a few times.
You tell me this now?
I told you when you first met him.
No. No.
Absolutely did.
No.
It has been like 8
no.
months since
He
you.
has many times had beams fall on his head. It's
Yeah. I
fine.
barely
We don't
remember.
talk about it.
I look in the mirror and I'm like, whoa, who's this
Right.
guy? Dude.
Hey.
I'm sure I was a
Wait.
woman.
Let's go. Yeah, comfortable enough room. It's it's a single person dwelling.
Bachelor pad.
Bachelor pad with an outdoor.
The square bed.
Because he's a dragonborn.
Not real.
Kinky.
Oh, breaking the norm.
So square.
I thought out of the box.
Such a square, man.
Doesn't know which direction he's going to lie on any given day. It's fine. But yeah,
No pillows, just like a dog bed.
pretty much. Yeah. Minimalist comfort. It's a single layered pillow. Just it's there.
I forget, is the law that now that dragonborn do have tails or don't?
It's up to you.
In that case, he has
This
a
is
tail and he
fantasy,
tends
Tom.
to use that as a pillow.
Oh, he's like a little cat. Yeah, he
Okay.
cuddles.
It comes up between legs.
Yeah, I was gonna say it has to come between. Either that, or you're just like really flexible. He's bending over
I
backwards.
mean, he is half monk, so yes, he is.
Yeah,
conscious.
he bendy.
You could kind of sleep like, more like a cat up on your back. And,
Yeah.
You just cuddle in a ball and your tail then just comes around.
What? Over the top.
No.
Have you seen that lizard tails? They're like almost like
It's like
part of their
like a
spine.
dragon where it just wraps around.
He just curls, and his head's near his butt, and then the
These two
tail.
things do not look the same.
He sleeps on his
I
side.
hold up
Yes.
Smokey
Tom,
next
you
to
Wait,
me.
wait.
No, I can't.
Racist.
God.
We'll put the boxes on the floor and then you can.
Demonstrate.
Smokey, show him what I mean. Smokey curls in a ball. Do you sleep like this?
Not quite.
No, southpaw.
Other way.
We actually find it's just a big box, cardboard box in the corner.
With scratch marks.
Yeah, he just climbs in.
Newspaper.
Yeah.
This cardboard been invented.
It has now.
Wooden box.
So cool.
It's a wooden crate.
I can't believe you invented cardboard.
So cool.
In the last 20 years, it's not really been that big an issue.
When he moved here, he had to have something to put stuff in.
He just walked into existence.
Oh,
so
so
cool.
cool.
So cool.
Just apparated.
Were you born? Or
God, I
were
was
you
born. So
As a beholder,
old
it
school.
started off as a thought.
just... Yeah. I mean, those.
I walked down to the forest.
Yeah.
So cool.
Everybody wants the secret eighth god, the god of coolness.
God, cool. That was the gift that
Cool.
bespoke upon you.
It looked at you and it went, let go.
You went back and said, no.
So cool. Alright, so you guys are at his place.
We're just chilling.
House party.
House party.
Oh well, I was charmed to protect this guy.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to make sure that he was alright. And I saw where he went.
Yes.
So I would like to explore.
Make an investigation check to see if you can find
Bugger.
a trace with advantage.
A trace. That's fine.
15.
15. There are no tracks to what transpired for you, but you do get a sense, a guidance that is just
I'll
sort
have
of
a D4 to go.
that is pointing your way somewhat behind the prison building itself. It sort of is in an open area, so that there's nothing could really, if anything escaped, people could see what was going on. About a mile or two to the south, there is a hill which seems to have been part of a mine structure at some point in its life, but has long since been closed down and was actually marked as being dilapidated and potentially a health risk for people to go and mine in that vein. It was a mine from the first generation. But you make your way into it and you feel like you need to descend into it, so you break off some of the walls and head down quietly. And you find, you have that vision, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You go down a little bit and you find a round room that has been furnished out with just a couple of chairs and a desk and a somewhat small bed that seems to be there for things. In an alcove in the back, you can see a gauntlet that is set with a black oak contained within it.
But I don't know. Oh no, you did say that.
did mention
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Immediately I'm like,
The description lines up.
Matches. Well, that's mine. Yoink.
Yeah.
Where are you storing this? Because you do not have a bag of holding.
I'm going to put it on my finger.
It's a gauntlet.
Oh, so I can't. Oh, it's
a
in a
glove.
gauntlet. Oh, okay. Cool.
Look at my new glove, guys.
What do you think it was?
That's
It's a
what
ring.
I'm gonna-
Yeah, I thought it was a ring on the gauntlet.
No.
It's got pieces as well.
No, it's a stone in the back of the hand.
It's like egg sized. Or
What sort of egg?
car badge sized.
Yeah, the super. That's what I said. That's what I said. Don't think like me. Fuck's sake, Ross, why did you come up with these things? Why are you confusing her like this?
You guys would do anything but use the metric system.
Probably about that size, but rounder.
Yes, D20
Like a-
poster size.
Like a Subaru badge.
A sub uwu.
Subaru.
A woo.
Okay, please don't ever make that noise again. Any of you. I should fucking wear
Okay.
When he says fucking wear it, he puts it on his penis.
it. Should fuck it, then wear it. Assert dominance.
No glove, no
over it.
love.
Oh, so good.
I wanted to send it back spinning.
Okay. You place it on your wrist and in your hands, and you just feel something inside just pinch
Sticky.
into the bones of your hands.
Knew it. Knew it was cursed.
I'll give you a thing later.
Sweet. I love just sticking my hands in things.
You can give him a thing later. You
But-
can really.
That disgusting
With that.
is what the gauntlet is doing to my bloodstream right now.
Sucking.
Are you staying in here? Or are you just leaving?
I just want to, try and
Make an investigation check.
Yeah,
Great.
see what else has got for me to steal. Investigation.
Oh, he's done French. That's what
6.
Scotland does.
6. You look around, don't find anything else. And you think, this is
Investigation.
this is the main thing.
I am investigating.
I am investigation.
But you take the gauntlet and make your way.
I'll have whatever.
Well, Tom, it's your turn. Quick, Tom!
You son of a bitch! That was a 20 in the making.
It was.
Wait.
And smash screen.
Hey.
Winning! Now what do I find?
Nothing, because you didn't have the coin, he did.
What's your coin?
Time for
Oh,
me to
yours is the
fight
life and
death.
death. Yeah.
Baba Booey. Absolutely not in a room on my own in the middle of fucking nowhere.
But you're gonna put a gauntlet on. That
Yeah,
you know
I'm not
what
an
it
idiot.
does.
Yeah, I know what it does.
Okay.
Protects my hand.
You make your
Nice shiny
way.
stone.
You continue out and you make your way outside. As you hit the daylight, the gauntlet seems to meld into your flesh.
Good luck hiding that. Oh,
As
you
in-
look like a hippo for months. Like, literally, you're not gonna...
As in, it seems to dissolve into his hand. His hand looks a little bit slightly swollen, like it's a little bit arthritic,
Oh.
just bigger, but the gauntlet itself has disappeared, and the stone that was here is now there.
Perfect.
So
I said I was going to turn it inside anyway. It's all fine.
Oh no.
This is going to last all of about 12 hours before Scry is cast again. And your hand appears in the bowl.
I know those well manicured fingernails.
When you cast it, I'm just going to do this.
no, just do that.
It's a dark room.
Can't see shit.
It's a dark room.
Just put it in your pocket.
Or you could play some really weak tricks.
It's just
Depending how
wang.
deep in your pocket you put it.
Bag holding.
Just wang.
Okay.
You scry, I'm peeing. It's awkward.
The universe's first dick pic.
Yep.
Wow.
Are you pooping?
Unsolicited dick pic.
Alright.
Yep, I got exactly what I wanted out of that.
Okay. You continue back to the town with your new accessory.
Oh,
And
accessorize me.
have no idea where these guys have gone because you have no idea where Celestine's house is.
I'll look for the coolest house on the street.
Yeah.
Make a perception check.
damn, yeah.
It's where the good music and vibes are coming from.
Yeah, absolutely. We're getting high.
It's so
man.
easy to
It's
find.
so
28.
good.
28, it stands out.
Yeah.
really cool.
You're just like, there it is.
That's
You-
the one.
The one with
I
the massive
know.
the one with the massive skylight. Yep, that one.
100%.
You wander over and find the rest of the group just sort of sitting, drinking tea, I assume.
I have tea, I do have some wine.
Wine.
Wine, fire's
Wine.
burning, it's singing Wonderwall. It's great.
It's like
Absolutely not singing wine.
Ah.
it's too cool for that.
Cool.
It's like
I am
10:30 in the
Terrible
morning.
singing voice.
Yeah, it's true.
No, we all know that's not true, Mr. Gondolier.
No, no, no.
Celestine.
Celestine has a terrible singing.
It's like grating glass. It's terrible.
Ooh.
But
No
all
thanks.
right. But with that done, we then effectively enter into a period of downtime for you guys. So,
No, we want to check.
Oh.
Oh,
what do
no,
you
it
want,
was
well,
just...
what do you want to check?
Well, no, at night time we were going to like do some more patrolling.
Oh, I was going to come into that.
Oh, sorry,
I
okay.
didn't finish.
I'm
God.
sorry, I thought he was going to
Yeah,
monologue
stop
us for like 2
interrupting.
months
So
later.
that's down.
Over the
When
next
would you ever do that?
Over the next couple of nights, you do go out patrolling, making sure there's nothing in there. Nothing catches your eye. No creatures attack. The main thing you do find is actually more wildlife starts to come back to the village. You remember when you first arrived, the moose herd that came across here to guide you, they stayed away. But it seems to be that creatures are making their way back into town. The animals are a little bit happier to
Pigeon!
be down. They're-
I was going to say, like, rats, pigeons.
Cockroaches.
All of the bad animals.
Bats. Yeah.
But more animals seem to be coming back, so it seems to be that the general malaise that is around town has evaporated and gone away. The general ill omens are no longer there, and you feel like this city is back to where it once was.
Healing.
Over the next few months, however long you choose to stay there, we'll say that you'll stay there at least a month, because it is the peak
Gonna
of the
help
winter solstice.
rebuild, help people get back to the way things
Yeah.
were.
There are a number of
Not
houses
good
that,
one to go off in the middle of winter.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's slow going to build new houses because it is in the peak of winter. The winter solstice has just passed.
But we must.
You must
people-
rebuild.
We
Yeah.
must rebuild.
Between
Give
the-
people homes.
Between the carpenter, the stonemason, the glazier, whatever you two do, architect, and whatever you did, wasn't much. You just wandered off, which
Oh
was,
yeah.
didn't really have a
you were
role.
traveller.
You probably would tend to.
I can turn into a badger and dig foundations.
But between the lot of you assist with the rebuilding of the town, helping father, and
Get
any
the prison back in order.
you build a modest building for some sort of prison. There's no keykeeper as of yet.
No.
Normally it's not quite a hereditary title, but it is passed down through disciples almost.
Maybe rather than one guy, it should just be monitored by everybody.
They do elect to maintain the council as that it has. Novi steps down as being the master of trade.
Yeah.
Profile.
But she does recommend an apprentice of hers. It's a young half elf known as Gerald, who is going to just help.
Gerald sounds like a sensible guy.
Who is going to just work as Stormmaster effectively for Novi's purposes, and also start to develop the trade routes that will connect between the other towns. Or at least start with communications that will build up between them. During that month, is there anything you guys want to do?
You asked us to prepare. I would like to just get the ball rolling. I obviously transcribed some of that text.
Yes.
And they don't have what I need here. But if I can figure out what language it is, maybe make an attempt.
Do you not have comprehend languages as a spell?
I don't think I do. I probably could quite quickly learn it, to be fair.
Is it on the Artificer's spell list? Because you chose to change your spells.
Don't think so.
Was it in the spell book that I gave you?
I don't think so. No, because that would be in my spell list then, I think. What am I doing? No, I don't think it is.
What am I doing?
He doesn't believe me, does he?
Tell me why. Ain't nothing but a
We're going to get them demonised.
No,
And we would never
It has to also be pretty close. AI would be reaching pretty high to say that this was copyrighted.
They don't really pay that much attention to anything after the first minute or so anyway. So,
Just a good thing I'm not seeing.
No. Oh, yes, I do.
is it on the?
It's on the spell book.
It is in the spell book.
That's what I've got written down here. Spell book. Comprehend languages.
There you go.
Right here. Why is it not on this list? Oh, it is.
Hey!
Unfortunately, ironically, the first language you failed to understand was English.
Oh, yeah, nice. I
So-
guess I cast that.
I mean, you don't need to take off spell slot because this is over. a
I'm
long
checking
period.
it.
But
I'm
it's
taking a long rest after done.
immediately after.
Yeah, taking at least 30 long rests every day of the month.
So, the spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or glyph, such as an arcane sigil, isn't part of a written language. But this
Yes.
is a. You don't know what language it is,
Yeah, that's
That's the downside of
that's
this.
the first step.
but you are able to sit down basically over the course of an hour or so, read through the notes. What it reads is it's two spells. So the first part of it is a translocation of materials to a divine plane.
Okay.
So it is a transportation spell to take things to a divine plane.
Yes.
It's beyond, and it's basically a plane shift,
Okay.
but
smaller scale.
a much smaller scale. So the transportation of objects rather than people.
Altar, maybe.
You suspect it's probably going to be something like the blood or
Yes.
the
Yeah.
stuff.
Yes,
like
not
that.
the altar, not the altar
Yeah.
itself. Yes.
The second part is not as that's the part that's more burnt, but it's seemingly a description of incantations and sacrifices that are made as offerings to a god to transfer an essence of their power to make them immortal and everlasting.
Crap.
So it's almost like a kind of. It's not.
Maybe.
It's not in terms of vampirification, but it seems to be a divine request, effectively, of eternal life and a transfer of power into that creature. It's done through arcane means, which is interesting, or it seems like it may have been a bastardization of an arcane spell that has been modified to affect clerics and divination, effectively, divinities. It is of the highest levels of magic. It is way beyond anything that you could ever hope to understand without much greater study.
Rude. Much.
You effectively is
I
a.
got 20 on my intelligence, I do.
I should
You
know
do,
everything.
but it's beyond your
15
capability
minutes
of
find a
anything.
spell though.
It's beyond anything of your capability to cast, and anything that you would actually be able to do in your current state.
It's way above my pay grade.
It is very much a necromantic spell.
So romantic.
So necromantic.
Is it necromantic? Oh.
Romantic.
Ah.
The other one is, I believe that falls under conjuration for planeships.
Transportation
Weirdly,
stuff.
Yeah.
Portals and stuff tends
Space
to be
Uber.
conjuration.
yeah, we'll just confirm just for the sake of it.
Space Uber.
Yes.
Uber for planes.
Uber Galactic.
Uber Scuba.
Pooper Scooper.
Yeah, whilst that is going to try and figure itself out, because that is going slow because the battery on this thing is dead. Anyone else want to, or anything else that you wish to do whilst you're doing, or anything else that anyone else wants to do?
Come on, guys, I've bought you time. Come on.
I've got this bitch a new gauntlet.
I want to see what it does.
First things first, I need to commission a very quick pair of mittens.
You're able to find the leather worker who is able to create some, like, almost like, basically leather gauntlets, effectively the sort of things that you would go for falconry. They can just go over your hands, but they're stylized to match your suit. You can just sort of get away with it being...
Nearly made a really risky joke about O.J. Simpson there, but sure.
If a glove fits,
You must
that's
have
the
quit.
quiz. It is a conjuration spell. So.
You got some gloves.
Yeah, just in case someone tries to
Grit
do
read
some
a book.
sneaking.
You got some gloves.
Yeah, over the course of the next few weeks or so, you don't feel the urge to assist Lesson in any way, and you do feel like you are still connected to
Your hand gets itchy.
whatever.
You can never scratch it.
You're still connected in a way to protect over that individual.
Together forever.
Anything else you wish to do? As the one you.
I speak to Gerald and talk to him about trade routes with Fuss, Finger, and to get Shannon some eggs.
Okay.
Or some chickens, because that was my goal of coming here. But I want to be the one that takes the chickens.
Okay.
Isengard.
Yes!
Take the chickens
To
to Isengard.
Isengard.
Okay.
I really want to buy.
I'm up for making like trade routes between everything, but I really want to get Shannon some chickens.
Okay. Gerald is actually quite keen on this because you are one of the only 5 people that actually went there
Yes!
and know how to get there.
I actually know it's all a dream. I'm just so hallucinated to turn up and there's no one there.
Shannon even real?
Are eggs even real?
Oh, eggs! What are eggs?
What if all
It's
the
a chicken.
What if all the chickens have poofed because they were vampire chicken?
Oh no. My eggs.
But between
Well,
Gerald
that was-
and Gerald negotiating with Eloise to transport some of the chickens
Yes.
away from her, and you not being involved in that conversation.
No,
Because
no.
Gerald is well aware of the relationship between you and Eloise at various points, so
But
he is quite keen
That's
to keep that
why
apart.
I brought it up with Gerald, because he can be the negotiator.
Yeah.
No trouble is you
I
forgot
will
your past
make
relationship
sure-
with Gerald.
Whoops.
Oh yeah, your past relationship with Gerald is.
We don't talk about that. We're very professional. But I will ensure her chickens and cockerels arrive
You
safely.
say cockerels.
Cockerels.
So there's no intent on transporting anything out until the spring.
No, but I want a plan in place. I want.
But chickens on skis.
Yeah.
They just all stand there and just start pecking. Ski snack. Okay, but yes, so you are commissioned to help us guide the group to when they start making the trade runs to the east. to go to Fossfinger, and you are in charge of poultry provisions.
Yes. And other things as well. What else could we take that
Oh, all
Frostfinger
sorts.
don't have?
I mean, there's all sorts of things that they don't have.
Canal
They
cows.
Canal cows. That's up.
they
in
have
Newfoundland.
canal cows. They do have.
Yeah, but they also have bees.
They
Yeah, but that's
have
what's that's coming
bees.
back.
I could bring.
That's what you're bringing back.
I can't bring the bees back.
No, the honey.
No, the honey.
Yeah, you
Get
bring
a
mead
good
and honey
trade
back.
route and honey.
That's the thing. You got to make your alliances. What the thing is, what
Chicken
Fossfinger
for
doesn't
honey.
have is raw materials.
They don't have vampires.
They also don't have vampires, but they don't. They as a society, they've got crops plentiful, which is fun because they've got enchanted lands around their areas. They've got the honey, they've got the flowers, they've got all sorts of things they can do. What they don't have is building materials. They don't. They get wood from the surrounding. Fuck off. They get. They're
Have
able
you
to
got
get.
wood for chicken?
They're able to get wood from
Oh,
the.
yeah. Where do they get wood from, Luke?
They get timber from somewhere.
They get timber. They manage to get lumber from the trees.
They need wood. Does anyone have any
At some
sheep?
point,
They get wood from a long
Does
while.
anyone have any sheep to give them?
Yeah, we have to go home at some point. I'm already here and I want to go home.
We're just now playing a mini game of Catan.
Yes. Let's go.
But you're also able to take, they don't have stone that's easily accessible. They don't have metal ore or anything like that.
Or what?
Get out of my house. What a way to have the last D&D session.
You're not invited to the next garden party. You'll never see the outside of our house.
I don't think you have outside of the houses.
You don't have a garden.
There
okay.
are multitudes of things that could be transported. I mean, knowledge is probably another thing. Although they have a knowledge cache of magic,
Yes.
but they don't have. This has got more of like a theological essence behind it, and study.
Can we try and also gather a team that would also join us? So they're we can make they all come to Fossfinger and have trade discussions. with
Exchange
them.
students.
No.
Yes, you can have.
Yes, we could
diplomatic
call them
envoy.
exchange students.
Yes, you can take. You can
I
have
want to create a little
artisans and
trade group.
Chamber of
I'm not
Commerce.
sure.
yes, effectively.
Knowledge.
Yeah, you're able to arrange that easily
I
enough.
think Cassian would be the one setting up trade routes.
I know. It's weird, isn't
Weird,
it?
but I really want those chickens to get to Fossfinger.
This is your priority.
I'm doing it out of
It's not-
love.
So you're doing it with your belly.
Aside from anything
And
else,
other
the other thing that comes of it is that there's discussion of creating roads to connect between here, Sevenhome,
boy.
here, Fossfinger, and Newfound Town, because you were just walking through snow, so
Yes.
roads would probably be something that's quite useful. But that is something. Once they've figured out the trade routes, they can start building them at a later
Well, could
point.
we try and maybe?
What, Wallace and Gromit build it as you're going along?
No. I was going to suggest the same tunnel method from we have from Durandesh to up wherever it ends. Maybe if there's
We
one
can-
tunnel
You
somewhere.
found one previously.
Yeah, that goes north.
No,
Two
no, I mean you
hasted
found one
diamonds.
going east-west. On your way out, yes, if you remember the where Isaria died, there was, where there was a statue that seemingly had turned to stone. You went through the foot and went down into it. At the very bottom of that foot had stepped through into a east-west running tunnel.
Oh.
You did not choose to explore it because
Everyone
everyone was fucking
Yeah,
dead.
so we don't know it's there.
No, you do know it's there. You just didn't. You don't know
Don't know
where
where
it
it
goes.
Oh, I thought we didn't go that far down.
No,
I
you-
didn't. Oh, okay.
Someone did go and someone did go down there and have a look.
Oh,
Alright.
okay.
Yeah.
Did you just not tell us?
Oh.
Tunnel.
But I mean, it could be something that.
I'm pretty certain he did mention it, but it has.
Okay.
Admittedly, that was like 9 months ago. So
Long time ago.
Oh,
It
yeah.
could be
Yeah,
IRL.
3 sessions.
we. But yes, the fact that there was a northern tunnel, there very well could be other tunnels. So that is always a possibility.
Yeah.
Get a bit of a Euro tunnel thing going on here.
you can
Yes.
certainly take some stonemasons with you to go and investigate that area, that tunnel that exists, because you do know about it.
Okay. In which case,
This
yes,
is the
that
DM
would-
telling you that your characters do know that
Okay.
exists
That's
because
fine.
someone in your party went and had a look.
You
So we can
two
do
dire
that.
beavers. Haste them, and they'll burrow down.
The bees burrow. Do you mean badgers?
Nah.
Beavers
Nah,
do
beavers.
not dig.
The beavers in this world burrow. They don't build dams.
But they're not. They're
No,
not
sorry.
Brown is made of wood.
I meant
moles.
no. Beaver-sized.
Beaver-sized what, Connor?
Beaver-sized moles
Moles with human faces.
and bee wings.
And bee wings.
Must be intelligent.
They must be.
And stones the size of car tax discs.
Those don't exist anymore, Laura. What's wrong with you?
I can't.
Make
believe it.
modern references.
Car patches is what he said.
Hey!
So you understand at first time or the second time?
Or the third time. We repeated it so many times.
How old are you? Car tax disc.
Whoa, show my age.
We used to know what how our car was taxed because we had a disc in the window that
Yes.
told us how often.
Now we find out because we get a fine. Did you know? No, I didn't actually.
You just panic Google every 9 months. Have I got an MOT? Have I taxed my car?
What?
Jesus.
God.
Anyway,
But yes, I will.
you arrange all of us.
Yay!
On a vaguely related note,
Yes.
I think I'll do some talks at the temples about the nature and the things I've seen. So share the knowledge with my fellow
Great name for your YouTube channel.
fans of physics and
Temple Talks.
maybe inspire some more people to go out and explore.
You have conversations with particularly the people that are interested in this. The followers of Physis, they're the sort of nature and life specialists, so you have more success with them than anyone else. The main followers of like Hector, the war god, aren't that interested in what's going on, but they listen politely. It is more of a pantheic religion in this, in that people, they don't necessarily worship one individual god, but they do. Some of the acolytes tend to specialise a little bit in their study. But I will say your discussions over it and what you've found over the last 20 odd years that you have been out there, people are interested, and you're able to sort of describe ecosystems and ecologies and different fruits and animals that you have come across that you're able to impart onto these people, and think of ways to do it, because you kind of basically just gone in concentric circles out from the village and sort of.
And I've come back and given TED talks.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on my TED Talk.
Alright, did you do anything else during your time?
There was the idea of trying to squire someone I knew was dead.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess
Who do I know that's dead?
probably somebody from the old days of Sevenhome.
The vast majority of those are still alive. You were among the first, in the first generation of people that were brought into being. There are a few people that you know have died. There are probably people that died in accidents and who were stubborn and died in the vampire attack. So you pick a name that you vaguely remember, and you scry upon them.
Okay. Does a dead person make a wisdom saving throw?
They do not make saving throws if they fail it. I'm intrigued now, actually. I did try and look this up earlier whilst we were talking, but I did not come across it. I think probably it's one of those weird things. It's a particular creature that you choose on the same plane of existence as you.
I guess they're all the way dead. They're no longer a creature.
I think it fails because they are dead. So as you cast the spell, it fails.
Yeah, so I should report that back to the group. So I think it may be safe to assume that Kyrian isn't
Dead.
dead, but
Deed.
Stoned.
well, I'm not sure what the significance of the stone is. I mean, we've heard about the vampires regenerating, but not from a stone. Do you think I should check again and see if I can see any sign of them coming back to life?
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt.
Do tell.
Okay, I guess.
So smooth.
I guess I will try.
I should.
Pockets reinvented.
I just did.
I guess.
The thing is that like
Why do you
people-
think I keep
if
all
I look-
of my things?
Oh my
The
God.
thing, aside from anything else, in this culture, maybe not as necessarily him though, because he's from a different society. They would have come up with pockets.
Yes, I'm like a girl with a dress. I'm
All
like,
I was just about to say,
Alex with
all the
pockets.
women look at your clothes and think, I want those pockets.
What are they?
What are they?
What
Just to go with this little sack around my coin pouch.
God, look at those.
Okay. As you you cast the spell this time, it fails.
Like it did when I tried to contact find a dead person.
Yes, although this time I would say make a wisdom saving throw.
God. 18.
18, okay.
Can I do the inspiration, the 5+5, because I'm present when this is happening and I can respond to that,
Sure.
just in case.
Okay.
There's an extra 5 on top.
Okay, so that's 23.
Okay. As you release your magic into the crystal ball, you start scrying into it. You try and you see it, and the sort of white smoke that you're used to seeing within the crystal ball and the mirror, whatever your focus is. It seems to be that there is a black counterpart that is there and is obscuring the view.
That's strange.
You can sense that there is something there that is just obstructing your view.
The spell seems to be working. Not very like it did when I tried to scry on someone I knew was dead. It's more like it's being blocked.
Like
That's-
magically blocked, or
I would assume so. But that's rather worrying because it's just maybe Kieran somehow is not only not fully dead, but maybe
I don't know.
detected my earlier attempt and put in some countermeasures. I'm guessing, but that makes sense, I think.
It will be
Nicely made.
worth trying though, fairly frequently.
I'm not sure if that felt. It wasn't just blocking, it was almost striking back. There was definitely some mental strain there. I'm not sure I want to risk that too often.
Okay.
Because
Fair enough.
we've got some good reason to think things are changing.
But I believe that he is probably not dead.
Maybe if I wait a while, so that they might lose the focus.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess we'll leave that for a while. We'll try again later.
6 weeks later.
Is it worth
catch
reporting
me
this to
picking
the
my
council?
nose.
Oh yeah, I will,
Just get a little
obviously.
weird angle of your chin.
Reporting to the council.
Report to the council, and it's noted. There isn't a huge amount they can. There's not a huge amount they can do about it,
No.
but they are aware, and it's more of use to the clerics and to the high
Never
priest.
dead if you didn't find the body.
Yeah, it's more about
Sometimes you-
Umarev makes a note of it. He is obviously he's the high priest, so he is more attuned with those sorts of magics than others. But he bears it in mind. Celestan and or palimpsest. What happens during this?
Ooh.
Okay,
So-
I have forgotten the name we gave to the one character in Celestan's backstory.
Oh wow.
That sounds like a you problem.
You had one job, Tom.
Call him Celeste.
Palestine.
Palestine.
Too close, isn't it?
Selenstes.
Palestine.
Palestine.
No.
Yes,
Uzbekistan.
No.
I forgot what her name is. But the
It's
black
like that.
dragonborn woman or female.
Warman.
I'm
Who's
looking,
like the one person he likes.
I'm looking up your backstory. Hold on.
Okay, just too cool for everyone else.
Too cool for backstory. No, that doesn't help me because you didn't put it down to here because you've just got its palimpsest on here.
Yes, I don't know if you can change which campaign a character is.
I can just send you a new link to the campaign. You can just join them later. If you're able to find the notes, then
I don't think the notes are on D&D Beyond. I put them in like our
you messaged me. Okay, hold on.
message.
Bear with.
Probably a long way back. though.
That's why we have the search feature.
Yep.
We do.
There's a search feature in here. Search and conversation.
I used to just find the video Ross took of me when I went on the zip line at Centre Parks.
Okay,
That was about 8 years ago.
that's too far back. I know we should do that again. That's fun.
2021.
Was it 2021?
Can't have been 24.
It was 2021. 2020?
It was
It
2021.
must have been 2021.
Oh yeah, it was 2021. 'cause we got
Slight
engaged
travel
2020.
ban in 2020, unfortunately.
I mean, also Arthur was there.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah,
Baby
must never
Arthur.
forget the birth of his son.
But that didn't happen at Centre Parks. Sure, we just remembered that.
I think we all would have.
Oh, I'm having a lovely evening.
Me too. I slept in a car.
Obviously, part of what Sunstone is doing is probably working quite a lot and enjoying not having to go to temple all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. Erevis.
Erevis. I will put it in
Right
my
into-
allies.
She's the sort of cheerful baker counterpart, isn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she comes along and provide. She's
She's your Shannon.
a little bit more platonic, I think.
Yeah.
She, aside from anything else, she's gay. But
You know
she.
what? I don't know why, I just really want to say platonically gay, and I should have said it because that would have been absolutely perfect.
Yeah. She is a little bit more. She's involved with a woman, so she does come on herself. But treats Celestin more like a younger brother that she's looking after and trying to get to make him cheer up, even though he hates it. Sort of almost matronly like relationship sort of thing.
You know, like older sister.
Yeah, or big sister kind of thing. Turns up every day with like a fresh bread, just to
A daily bread, you mean?
a daily bread, just to make sure he's eating properly and checks in on him and that sort of thing. Often infused with meat and whatever, just sort of keep him going. Is there anything particular you were doing?
I think I would have been working on something special for her and her partner.
Mhm.
Kind of almost like something between a mobile and a chandelier, which is just sort of hangs from the ceiling and it's designed to sort of catch sunlight and throw it in.
Like a wind catcher kind of thing, but
kind of.
or dream catcher kind of.
Kind of. It's designed basically to throw rainbows around
Yes.
the room.
Yeah, whenever it catches light.
Very
Yeah,
pretty.
easy enough to do, and design that in your quiet time when you're not, secure making windows for other people. Which, to be honest,
When I'm making windows.
the making of windows
When
is
I'm making
like,
windows.
that part of it is fairly easy for you because the wood for the frames turned up. You make a window, and then you've got some time left over whilst it cools and everything else happens. So you just easily make the glass and just do whatever you need to do for your bits and pieces. So yeah, easily adjusted over the course of however long you're here for. Which sounds like until spring, because you wanted to.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
It sounds
I think so. We're probably not going to head off adventuring.
Spring.
But maybe we could.
And there's nothing sort of pressing, urging us to go anywhere. I will at some point ask Celestin would ask if he could travel on because he's quite keen to get away from Sevenhome. As for Palimpsest, he is still
Brooding.
Meditating.
working on himself.
yeah.
Mhm.
He needs to find like one big high gargoyles to brood on.
Yeah. He
Causing
becomes the gargoyle, he just sits there.
I am. Honestly.
Alright. So, as it starts getting warmer, relative terms in getting warmer, it's like increasing by up to 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Oh, army.
And the snow starts to melt, the arrangements start to be made for travel east to go to Sevenhome.
East.
Frostfinger. Jesus, I mean,
Yes, it's late. Don't worry.
you are to head out from Sevenhome to Frostfinger, and so you are able to start making your way that way. Are the rest of you travelling back to Frostfinger?
Sure.
Guess so. Yeah, I think there's some research for us to do.
Darren sort of happy to
They've
just
seen
go
what they've got on
wherever.
over the winter.
I'm anxious to see anywhere else.
All right, with
Go
a
from there.
with a resource train in tow, there is a There is a contingent of maybe 30 or so that are alongside you. There are some stonemasons, there are some carpenters, there's craftspeople, there's a bunch of wagons that are being pulled by cows and other steeds, other animals.
So that would be a bunch of wagons.
Yep, a bunch of wiggins.
But it's going to be relatively comfortable travelling in comparison to when you came the other way, because you've got wagons, have got shelter.
The road was
that they can
fairly
follow.
safe, wasn't it? Or the journey was fairly safe.
It was fairly
it's
safe,
right,
yeah.
Except when we went into
Look for danger.
Yeah, you went in and had a look at things.
obviously hugely dangerous
Tiny
places.
hummingbirds made.
Oh, yes.
How big were they?
Horse-sized, face-sized
yes,
human
yeah.
face.
Thanks.
Well, also
Size of a
bear,
car back.
also bear in mind that you did that journey during the peak of winter, so a lot of creatures may have been hibernating.
Might avoid the place where with the fruit that makes you tiny or huge.
There's a hummingbird.
What's that?
Those were dragons. They were
Yeah.
diminution drakes.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, in the trade room we
An
could
owl?
also...
Which is why the trees were tiny.
We could also mention
Oh, you're an
Backyarder's
owl.
Vineyard.
Yes, although
And
that,
bring up the fact that there is giant grapes up here.
yes,
That'll probably be a Newfound Town thing, but good trade routes with Newfound Town.
yes. I think the people of Newfound Town they would have to find out on
This
their
is how Cassidy thinks that trade routes work.
own. Go there, do things.
This town,
This-
this town.
Give
Dragon
stuff.
Draws.
There. Stuff.
Dragon Draws.
Yeah.
He's got a map and he's just pushing things around.
Drawing a dotted line between two places. Road complete.
Done.
So with your contingent of load-bearing animals, load-bearing people, and chickens,
Yay!
you set off once again, heading east to Bossfinger. And that's where we shall end for today. Possibly the last session in this house, I don't know. Maybe not. We might get another one.
I think we'll probably get one more session.
At least one more.
Doubt it.
So yeah, thanks everyone for joining us, and sorry again for this.
Oh,
No,
apologise. It's
they-
half the
I was
entertainment.
going to say, they'd be bored if we didn't do it.
People
True.
pay for this.
Come for the D&D, stay for the chaos.
Oh, it's so much
I don't
chaos.
know anybody.
But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you again very soon. Check out some of the other stuff that we are doing over on the channel, and yeah, take care. See you soon.
Pokemon.
Bye.
Pew pew.